MSc for Sim. So my topic of the day is Veda and vedas. So the root word obviously comes from Sanskrit, as we all know. Veda, it comes from the root word, Sanskrit root word with, which means knowledge, wisdom, intellect, or whatever you name it. The term refers to sacred knowledge of the ancient text. It is the oldest form of ancient text. Okay, what do you all feel? Veda just came like that? People jotted down, made notes of it, and it just came like that. How do you think it came to us? Okay, in the Mahabharata, Bhishma was on the bed of arrows, and Dhritarashtra asks what is the so important of Lord Krishna, and he starts reciting the Vishnu Sahasranam, 1000 names of Lord Vishnu. How do you think it came in the form of books to us now? Did somebody sit and write? Vishnu Sahasranam. How was that? When he was on the bed of arrow?
You answered to Vishnu Sahasranam.
Veda, how did it come to us? I'm asking how did it come to us?
Veda, how did it come to us?
Did we write it or it just
How
that
did it come
question?
to us?
It came through the revelations from the sages. When they meditated, God directly transferred his knowledge to the sages, and they were able to give it in parts. They divided it into 4 parts, and for the human mankind, they made it simpler. So in 4 different parts it came. So my question is, during the Mahabharata time, he recited Vishnu Sahasranam. Who wrote it there? In that particular situation, who wrote it? There was nobody to record or write it. So who did that? So Nakula and Sahadeva, they had a Spatika mani. It acted like a Bluetooth. So then that was recorded in the Spatika mani, and that's how they made the text of it, and it was given to the. So same way, sages helped us. They made it, cut it into small portions. That is 4 Vedas. That's how it came, and that was passed down to the human beings. So meaning is, it comes from Sanskrit. The source is Sanskrit. It means with, the sacred knowledge. Application, it refers to the oldest sacred text. It usually has hymns, rituals, everything. How a smallest homa should be performed and how the large homa, Ashwamedha Yaga, should be performed. Everything was told. Application, where do we apply? We apply it in everyday life. Every day, small to big things, daily pujas, daily rituals. We use it where Vedas is in bits and pieces. Content, it has hymns, as I told you. So, okay. Vedokhilam dharma moolam. Veda is the main source of dharma. Dharma came through when the sages read the Vedas. That's how they brought what is to be done and what is not to be done by the humankind. They made it into a text and they gave it ready-made food. It was like a ready-made food. Okay, introduction I repeat. Where Veda translates to knowledge, wisdom, intellect, whatsoever you call the highest form of knowledge. Stuti is sages heard from, they got the revelations, they heard it from the Lord, they made notes of it and they repeated. How was Sanskrit taught? By repetition. We don't start with the one sitting and writing it all. We repeat the Sanskrit words on and on and on. That's how in the Vedic school it is taught. Then the notes is made. First they listen, they hear, then they make notes, they keep repeating. That's how Sanskrit and all Vedas are taught. Transmission preserved for millennia through rigorous oral tradition. Buying the bag ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟು So 3 functional divisions were done. The Vedas 3 functional divisions. How did they segregate it? First is Karma Kanda, that is the ritual, the method how we perform. Upasana Kanda, the Bhakti Marga, that is worship, how do we worship, even that is there. And Jnana Kanda. First is Karma Kanda, that is Samhitas, Brahmanas, everything is divided under Samhitas and Brahmanas. It consists of hymns, rituals, as I told you, I am repeating it again. The commentaries of Shankaracharya comment ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮಧ್ವಾಚಾರ್ಯರು comment ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ sages ಅವರವರ commentaries ಅವರವರ ವರ್ಗಕ್ಕೆ comment ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ comment ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, primarily Aranyaka ಅಂದ್ರೆ forest text. Bridges the gap between external ritual and internal philosophy through meditation and symbolization. Internal ritual ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೂವು ಇಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡೋ ಅಂಥದ್ದಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ಮೂಲಕ ಮಾಡೋ ಪೂಜೆ ಅಥವಾ ಅಭಿಷೇಕ, ಯು ವಿಜುವಲೈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಯೋರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಡೂ ದ ಪೂಜಾ. ಇಟ್ ನೀಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ದ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಐಡಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದಟ್, ಇಟ್ ನೀಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ದಟ್. ಅದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಉಪಾಸನಾ ಕಾಂಡದಲ್ಲಿ. ಮಾನಸಿಕ ಪೂಜೆಯನ್ನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಜ್ಞಾನ ವಿ ಆಲ್ ನೋ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಿಸ್ಡಮ್. ಉಪನಿಷತ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ವೇದಾಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ಯುಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ವೇದಿಕ್ ಥಾಟ್ ಫೋಕಸಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದ ನೇಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, ಮೋರ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೋವರ್ಟಲ್ ವರ್ಷಿಪ್. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ, ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಭಗವಂತನ ನಾವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ, ಆತ್ಮ ನೀವು ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ, ಆಟೋಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕಲಿ ದ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ವಿ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ದಿ ಸೇಮ್ ವೇ. ಆರಿಜಿನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಂಪೈಲೇಷನ್, ಯಾರು ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು, ಯಾರು ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಹೌ ಡಿಡ್ ದೇ ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್, ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವೇದಾಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಒರಿಜಿನೇಟೆಡ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ 1500 BCE, okay, before the common era. During the Vedic period, where Indo-Aryan rishis received divine revelations, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ತು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ? The Indus Valley civilization. There they were meditating and they got the revelation. That is, through the meditation they were able to get all these, and through meditation and austerity in the Sapta Sindhu region, which is nothing but the ancient Indus Valley civilization. Sage Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa compiled the single primordial Veda into 4 branches. Ashtunu, the whole thing he didn't give it to the human being. It's impossible for us to read. So he made it into 4 branches and he slowly started giving it to the human planet. Okay, Upavedas, when did it start? Post 1000 before common era. Auxiliary text applying Vedic principles, practical sciences, bridging the ritual knowledge with the worldly appliances. So ಒಬ್ಬ ಗೃಹಿಣಿ ಮನೇಲಿ ಇದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, कैसे एक औरत शादी के बाद पूजा करना चाहिए, before when she is a kumari how she has to do the puja, everything you get the answers for anything and everything. After death, what are the rituals? It's a different ritual. Everything is given to the common man. So early Rigvedic phase is century 1700 to 1100 before common era, focused on hymns and deities. You could just sing the mantras, you could just sing the hymns in front of the god, that would be enough. So but in Kali Yuga it is getting, we have to work also, we have to be at home also, take care of so many things. So now just Nama Japa, just chanting of repeated names, that has come up. Okay, the structure of each Veda, how is it structured? Veda, whatsoever it is, Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyaka and Upanishads. Everything has all these 4. What is Samhita? Consists of hymns and mantra. What is Brahmana? Consists of rituals, explanation and ceremonies, whether it's a marriage or whether it's the smallest homa, Agnihotra, everything is explained. Aranyaka is forest theses for inner contemplation by sages. Where were the sages first? They were in the deep inside the forest. They didn't come to the common man. They were not able to get in contact with the people. Why? They were sitting in silence so that they get more knowledge. Only then they came out and gave the knowledge in bits and pieces. Upanishads philosophically discourse on Brahman, Atman and Moksha, that is Jnana. Okay, this is I really going to read one of the Rigvedic texts which I could get. So what does Veda have? The structure, it has 10 mandalas, that is it has 10 books within it, containing 1028 hymns, that is suttas. What is the theme? What does the whole theme of Rigveda says? It is the praise of the cosmic Agni, Vayu, whatever we offer the ಹೋಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ನಾವು ಆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಗ್ನಿಗೆ, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ praising of the Lord, everything is there. Hotri ಅಂದರೆ there has to be a priest who should guide us. We will not know everything, so there has to be a priest who will guide us through mantras. He will tell the mantras and then tell the translation also. So what is to be done and what is not to be done. So all these are required to perform the Rigvedic. Yajurveda, it has 2 branches, Shukla and Krishna. Shukla is also hymns which we can read, but Krishna is a complex form of mantras which we need the help of somebody, some guidance or some initiation is needed to learn that one. And it contains prose formulas and specific instructions required to physically perform a sacrifice. sacrifice andre when you perform big yagnas, for example Ashwamedha yagna and all, you have to sacrifice a horse. So in today's world, is it possible or not?
No.
Everything they made it simpler. We give cooked rice, we offer it, or we tie everything in a silk this one and we offer it to the Agni. So that way they have made it simpler as per the era, as per the century they have made it simpler. Okay, Samaveda, as Madam told, I actually listened. Samaveda, one of the times, it is too musical. When you are really depressed, anything, any part of it you play, it is very soothing. You will not understand the mantras. For sure, you will not understand. But the music, ups and downs and the voice modulation, it is beautiful. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈಸೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕಾಯಿಕಟ್ಟು ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಹನುಮಂತನ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದ ಆಶ್ರಮ ಅಂತಿದೆ. There, the Guruji actually uses yoga and this music to heal people. And there are, I have not collected it actually, but when we went to the temple, people were happy with the musical so one form of healing comes under Samaveda. Courses of Rigveda, they have sang it in a very, very pretty and very soothing way. Spiritual focus emphasizes on worship. It is considered the most spiritual Veda, as music is seen as a direct path to the divine. Mirabai is there, she was only singing bhajans, and presently Premanand Maharaj is there, he is only singing bhajans and all that. Easiest way to connect God, you will not get distracted. Music keeps you in the focus, so that is one part. And Udgatri, the priest who sings these implications chants during Soma sacrifice, when Soma, the Samaveda rituals are happening. There is one priest who is appointed who only sings these kinds of hymns. Atharvaveda, it is about health, Ayurveda, herbs and all that. Physical, practical and philosophical knowledge beyond the strict ritualism of the other three. This Veda addresses the mundane needs of the society, what the common man needs and how to heal mentally or any physical ailment. Protection and statecraft, that is how to protect your country, how to protect yourself. Everything is mentioned in this one. He contains this charms against diseases, the mantras against diseases. Yoga, a majestic kata, they give the taika and all, they do something, and that is one kind of example I am giving. Herbs and spells. Spelling ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಬಾಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೋ ಇಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಮಂತ್ರ. ನೀವು ಸದಾಕಾಲ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ನನ್ನ ಕಥೆ ದುಡ್ಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅದಿಲ್ಲ ಇದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ರಿಯಲ್, ಆನ್ ಅ ಲಾಂಗ್ ರನ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ರಿಯಲ್. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು, ದೀಸ್ ನವಡೇಸ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಶಾಪ್, ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್, positive thinking, procrastination prevention and all that. When your words are positive, it will obviously, your life will be very positive. So that this Atharvaveda has hymns and mantras, spells, what you call, in a short form, so that you can use it for your prosperity, for the common man's prosperity. Okay, again Brahman is there who will silently sit and watch the ritual. He will do the correction whenever it is required. So this is the gist of all Vedas. You can see the picture actually. Get to know. Veda is about how to protect the country. It is about the weapons. It is about the missiles. How to prepare. Avagin kaladale idu adella. Okay, coming to Upavedas. Vedas ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀವೋ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಪ್ಲೈಡ್ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಟ್ರೆಡಿಷನಲ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್. So under this Ayurveda, Dhanurveda, Gandharva Veda and Sapta Shiva Veda Vishnu ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಯಸ್ಸಿಂದ if you start with Ayurveda, I think that child will really be healthy mentally and physically. ಧನುರ್ವೇದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇತ್ತು, ಹಳೆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇತ್ತು, ಮಿಸೈಲ್ಗೆ ಶೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ದಟ್ ಚಕ್ರ ವ್ಯೂಹಾಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ವಾಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಸೊ ಅರ್ಜುನನ ಮಗ ಅಭಿಮನ್ಯು ಮಗು, ಕೃಷ್ಣ saved it in the womb only. Whatever Ashwatthama shot it, it was actually a very dangerous Brahmastra, what we call it as nuclear this one. It could have destroyed the mother, the place, the palace or whatsoever just by attacking the womb. So how did Krishna save that? That is another powerful missile what he had, powerful knowledge what he had. So the science of bows and the Veda, it's actually the science of warfare associated with Yajurveda. The source is this one, Dhanurveda. The name this one comes from the Yajurveda. Focus on martial arts. Martial arts was then only ಆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲೇ ಕರಾಟೆ, ಕುಂಫು, ಟೈಕ್ವಾಂಡೋ ಏನೇನಿದೆಯೋ ಆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟಲ್ಲೇ ಇತ್ತು. Weaponry, military strategy essential for defense of a state or a kingdom. Gandharva Veda, that is science of aesthetics associated with Samaveda, something musical. Gandharva Veda, something music, dance, drama, systematizes the laws of aesthetics and their spiritual impact. Melodies, so source ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? Source is Samaveda. Melodies of Samaveda harmonizes the body and mind, enhances ritual through rhythm and emotions. Why do you think they needed the Gandharva Veda during that era? In the early Mahabharata, Ramayana, why did they need this music, and why did Indra need the dancers in his song? Answer is actually because it brings calmness to the mind and the body. It soothes the mind and the body. Then Shilpa Veda, Shilpa is the monument or the statue what they used to build the temples or palaces or whatsoever. Focuses on, and the source of Shilpa Veda is Yajurveda, and again comes from the Yajurveda. Statecrafts, economics and architecture. Most of it is architecture. The picture also I have actually put. Ensures social stability. ಎಲ್ಲ ವರ್ಗದವರು ಒಂದೇ ಥರ ಆರ್ಕಿಟೆಕ್ಚರ್, ಇವಾಗ ಜೈಪುರು ಅಥವಾ ಉದಯಪುರ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋದರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಥರ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಶೋಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ. ಒಬ್ಬ ರಾಜ ತನ್ನ ಆಸ್ಥಾನ, he need not build his own palace in one particular way in the richness, show all the richness and all. He can bring it to the common people also. So there that architecture and statescraftsmanship was built to show the equality among the king and his people. How do we connect it with the modern legacy? Usually dyslexic kids here, whether they understand or not, they play some part of Veda, or they make them chant, they just play the Omkara, make them sit. Even the hyperactive kid will calm down. So that is the power of the chanting, the hymns or the chanting of simple Omkara, which is not simple, it is everything actually. So how can we bring it to this modern world is by just playing. Even if they don't have to tell the meaning, gradually they get interest, they come and ask. It can be done. Our old rules, did we have any kind of dyslexic child or any special child with mental difficulties? Absolutely no. They were listening to the same hymns repeatedly. There was no mental issue at all. So that way you can combine the modern legacy, modern education with the old Vedas. Holistic knowledge system, I think you can see that behind Kashi, Varanasi. You can actually go back to Gurukuls, build Gurukuls now. They have started actually in more parts of India, they have actually started. The Vedas provide the spiritual answers for why. We have so many questions in the mind. Why me only? Why am I stuck up here? Why my life is? Everything, the answers comes from Veda. And the how. You have a big difficulty in your life. How do you solve? How do I come out of it? You have to go back to the one page you open in Bhagavad Gita, any page. It will actually connect to whatever problem you are having. I don't know whether you have tried or not. Just book open madadre. When you read the gist of it, not the mantra, you just get connected somewhere. You get your answer for that day.